Okay, students, part two of our 2025 concrete series here. And you can see now I'm in the foundation plan and I've got the grids in place. And this is part of the template, so it'll save you a bit of time having these already set up for you. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to base my basement on this detail here, something akin to this. I'll probably have my slab at the bottom here around 300 thick. I'll have my wall slab in around say 250 or so, and my ground floor slab, if you like, will be in around 250 as well, something like that. Now you'll have these kind of worked out previously from your discussions with Pearson Connor and the rest of the team there. You can see this one has a screed here as well. Unless you are told to put in the screed, look, the only reason that I would put a screed in here is so that we can slope it down into gullies or various things like that in order to get the rainwater out or into sumps or whatever else. Now it's up to you to decide whether you're going to put a screed in or not. I think I probably will put a screed in this one here. Okay, so that's roughly the idea of what we're doing. Now I'm in my foundation plan, and what I'd like to use is the PDF as kind of an underlay, a sketch underlay, like I did for the ground floor here. And okay, now what I found is that the PDF, even though it says it's A1, I suspect it was plotted off at A3 or something like that, because it's just, no matter what I do, it's not coming in at the right size. So I'm at a scale of 1:50 here, which I prefer to work in. Probably won't fit on the sheets. It'll probably fit on the sheets at a scale of 1:100 or something like that. But I'm going to just start off at 1:50 anyway. So I'm going over to my insert tab here. I'm going to import PDF. And it's the 1009 that I'm looking for here. Okay, now make sure that your DPI is 300. Okay, I think it defaults to 72, and that turns out very pixelated and not workable. So 300 DPI. Now it says it's an 841 by a 5. That's an A1 size, and I would presume this would have been printed off at a scale of 1:100 or something. I'm not sure. But as I said, I just suspect it was plotted at an A3 or something like that. Okay. Now, it's in position, and I've got a couple of reference dimensions here, so I'm going to use that reference dimension. So I'll just escape here. If I come up to the measure here, and I'll go between there and there. Now it should be turning out at 32 meters. Okay, so let's see what it's coming in here. So it's only coming out at 16. I knew this. It's half the size of what it should be. Okay, so how do we get around that? This is how we get around that. You select the PDF, and you go up to, you're in the modify tab, and you go up to the modify panel, and you're looking for the scale here. All right. Now you've graphical or numerical. We're going to do graphical because it works out a little bit easier that way. All right. Now you can see that my cursor has changed. It's got a little square with crosshairs in between. And what I want to do is I want to pick as close as I can to that line there. I'm going to drag it all the way up here. And now I'm going to pick this one. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm pushing the cursor in a straight line beyond, rather than coming down below and going beyond the line here. And I'm going to type in the figure of 32 meters and hit return. Okay. Now, if I go back and do a measurement on that, so I'll measure from there all the way down to here, and let's check what that is, and it's coming in at 31992.5. That's as close as we're going to get, and I'm happy with that. All right, now what I can do is align this, so I'm just going to drag it over here a little bit. With the PDF selected, you can come up to the image here and enable snaps, and that's one of the advantages of a PDF, is that you can snap into positions, which means I can go to my align command here, and I'm going to say to E6 snap that one, and then to this one here snap that one. Okay, escape. Now so I should be pretty close in terms of the grid lines here. Yeah, so I am. All right, and they're kind of the car parking spaces that you see there, they're for columns. All right, that we're going to be bringing up. Now, once I've got that in position, I'm going to select it and pin it. Look, I'm going to pin it up here into position so I won't accidentally move it. Now, you can see that your basement is vastly bigger, twice the size of the actual apartment blocks as well. Okay, and that's standard enough in terms of this here. Now, so we're going to create, first thing we're going to do is create the floor slab. And you have to do a little bit of thinking about this before we go and create the floor slab. So, do you know what? These should be on an inside face, right? If I go back to my ground floor, you remember that I positioned the walls or such, or the corner of the floors to the inside face of the grid lines that were there, and I would prefer to have that done here as well. So let's select it, unpin. Okay, and we'll do our align again, so it'll be to the grid line, the inside line, and to the grid line, the inside here. All right, and that's roughly correct there as well. Okay, so escape, and let's pin that into position there now. Now, if you remember with the detail here, okay, you can see that's a slab. So we've got to decide where that grid line comes down in terms of our walls here and everything else, and the slab, you can see, extends out a little bit further here as well. So if I'm going to make that wall say 200 or 250 or 300, right, I'm kind of plotting out how wide I need my my concrete slab to be. So I'd say it's going to be around, say, 100 offset. Let's just measure that distance there. So from there to there is 300. Okay, so if that was my wall, right, then I want to come 100 outside of that as well. Okay, 100 outside of that. Now, so I'm coming over to my architecture tab and I'm going into my floor, architectural here, and let's see what we've got here. Okay, so we've got various different, these would be your standard ground finish floors. So I'm going to take a look at these two here. I'll take a look at this one, and I just go into the properties of it here, and let's see what we've got. Okay, so it's missing a lot of materials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. Right, I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to call it project. So for all the walls I do for this project, I'm going to take an existing wall, duplicate it, and I'm going to preface it with project. Okay, and I can put in an underscore or something like that. So it remains that this is the original and this is the new one. Right, now, so the structure, let's put in a material for the structure here. And we're going to our new material library here. And we're looking for concrete, and we're looking for maybe in situ cast reinforced. I've got two of them there. Okay, so I'm going to delete that one. And I'm deleting that one because it's got no thermal properties. Okay, delete. In order to keep this one. This is the one with the thermal properties, so that's the one I'm going to use. Okay, now the screed is next. Alright, so we're going to put in the screed. We'll use that one. Okay, and the screed will go in at, say, 75 for the moment. I don't need that, so I'm going to delete it. I don't need that. I'm going to delete that. So we've got a vapor barrier here as well, that's fine. And below that, we've got a what they do when you're creating a basement is you'll dig out this big hole, right? You'll dig it kind of 3 inches, 75 mil or so below the slab level as such. And what they do is they put in a lightweight kind of concrete in there, and it's just so the lads can get into the hole and start working in it when they're setting up, reinforcing and all that kind of stuff as well. So it's a working platform more than anything else, and it's kind of a screed as well. So we're going to go in here, and we're looking for our concrete again. So we'll come up here. Concrete screed. So I'm going to put a concrete screed in there too, and that will be 75 as well. All right, then I can get rid of this. Delete. Now that's roughly my slab here. I'm going to move my core up to here and down to here, so that it's in the center of the main slab, if you like there. All right, so that's got a thermal resistance up here of 0.3537 and a thickness of that there. Now, am I happy with that? I think I am. Oh, 220? No, let's do it 300. Right, so 375, 075, that's what we're doing here. Okay, let's make this into a kind of a gray color in terms of our coarse fill scale, and let's add in a solid fill there as well. Right, we should add in a note here too. So this is going to be say 75 finish screed on a 300 or C slab. You could say to engineer's details. Now it's on a either radon or DP. We'll do a radon. Barrier, and that will go on a concrete blinding, it's called. So 75 mil. Concrete blinding. Right, there's my note has gone in there. I want a type mark for this as well. So this is going to be it's going to be a floor type. So it'd be FT underscore base underscore 01. All right. Now I could put an assembly code with this as well. So watch what happens here. If I click in there, I get my 3 dots. I go into systems, roofing and flooring, and it's concrete, it's in situ cast, framed, masonry, structural deck systems, concrete floor or deck systems. So reinforced concrete floor. Here it is here. Okay, and I'll just put that in there as well. Apply and okay. Now, so a lot of work to do before we've even drawn in the slab here. So I'm going to use a line here, and I'm going to put in an offset here of 100. Okay, and I'm going to draw in a clockwise fashion. So we're going to start roughly at that point. Okay, let's come all the way down here, and all the way across here. And I'll go through the ramp here. We'll sort that out later on. Okay, and there, escape. Let's finish that. All right, let's put in a couple of sections here. So it's building sections that we want through there, and another one. Yeah, maybe to the ramp area as well. Okay, let's get in there and let's take a look here now. So that is my crop box, which I'll shift up through the levels here, all the way up there. Get in, we're going to change, that's fine. Right, now, so there's my top screed, my slab, and my bottom concrete blinding, like so. And you can see it's gone beyond the grid lines because that's the way that it is as well. Right, so we've got that in. Next video, we're going to put in our walls and our slab thickening.